It had a lot to do with I was dating a girl who was also addicted to opioids,
Mhm.
and it had a lot to do with the amount of opioids we were consuming between the 2 of us, made it so that I did not have enough to get through or even close. I was running out at, like, 10 days for what was supposed to be a, 25-day, well, 30-day really, but
Damn,
25
in
day
10 days.
in 10 days.
Well, because now you have somebody else that's
Now I
taking
have
it with you.
somebody else that's taking it with me, and I'm taking so much of it, that there came a point where I mean, the way it went down, I was like, because I really resisted hard going to heroin for a long time. I saw a lot of people do it already. A lot of the people in my circle were moving on to heroin. So I would call somebody and I would be like, "Hey, dude, can you get me some oxys?" "No, but I can get you some heroin." "No, no, no, no." For years. And finally, there just came a point where I was gonna be severely sick and not be able to make it to my job and my whole life fall apart if I did not get some kind of opioid in me, and the only option was heroin that day. It happens slow, so then, like, that day I did heroin as a substitute, but then I was back to my pill. I did it for a few days until I could get back to buying some pills from somebody or prescription came up, or something like that. And then the next month, same thing happened, and I could only make the money or things work, for long enough. And so now I'm having to fill in 7 days with heroin, and I'm only sniffing it at this point. We're talking about like powder form heroin. I'm only sniffing it at this point. I'm not even smoking it. And then the version of intake changed to where I started smoking it. Um,
Is it because it wasn't affecting you when you would
when I would sniff
snort,
it,
yeah, or
it
was it
it was that
like,
I could use a smaller amount and get the high to last a similar amount of time. So at
okay,
this point, it's like it's drug budgeting.
okay.
I'm trying to figure out how I can stretch this bag of heroin to make it last the longest amount of time sick.
Is heroin cheap?
Heroin's cheap. Yeah.
Is it cheaper than all the drugs?
It was the only alternative that was gonna pack the punch that I needed at that state in
Okay,
my addiction,
fair.
and it was widely available compared to maybe I could find somebody with some Percocets or something, right? But then
Mhm.
there's 2 problems there. I can't use those Percocets because they are not going to do the trick. A Percocet, remember, is like 1/3 of 1 pill, and I was taking 10 of those, and that's the strongest Percocet is 1/3 strength of 1.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about tiny, tiny, tiny little amounts in Percocets, Vicodins, or even a single Oxy 30. At that stage in my drug addiction, that might have cost me $15. I could get a bag of heroin for $15. That's gonna get me through, you know, maybe a whole day. An Oxy 30 at that point is gonna get through me through 2 hours, maybe.
makes sense.
So it's all just like this, like calculations and what's available and trying to get the most bang for your buck, not because, oh, I want to get this level of high at that point. um but more, I mean, some of that when I was flush with cash and shit, sure, but you're not when you're in that depth of
Right.
addiction. This survival mode. And so that's why I would go for the heroin eventually, was because it was available, it was stronger, and it was cheaper.